We all know how addictive rock climbing can be, and even how addictive training for rock climbing can be. So I want to talk about the top 6 signs and symptoms of overtraining. Number 1, mood changes. We all know that we can sometimes get irritable when we're really tired, but if you start to notice mood changes and like irritability or whatnot as you continue to train, your body is probably going through like chronic fatigue and you're overtraining. You're not allowing yourself enough rest and recovery time. So monitor yourself for mood changes, or have that really great honest friend around you who can be like, hey, you're being a jerk. You're probably training too much. Is that okay to say jerk on the internet?
I think it's okay.
All right, number 2, persistent fatigue. Again, so in one of my other videos, we talk about how we all kind of chase fatigue. Persistent fatigue is not a good sign. If you wake up and you feel tired, you're not even going to be able to push yourself with your normal training, so you don't need to be training. Rest is indicated at that time. If you just feel tired every day when you're going to train, can you honestly, realistically train as hard as you should be? If you're asking yourself that, the answer is no, you can't. So if you feel persistently fatigued, take a rest day or 2, calm down with your training, give yourself some recovery. Number 3, chronic pain or muscle soreness. So a lot of people go by this very false claim of no pain, no gain. So we look at like chronic pain and muscle soreness with our training as a good thing. No, that means you're not getting enough recovery time built into your program and you're overtraining. You need to let your tissue heal. If the tissue's not healing, you cannot perform on it on an optimal level, so you're not training at an optimal level. So how do you expect to get better? So chronic pain, muscle soreness is not a positive sign of training, it's a sign of overtraining. So number 4 is reduced coordination. So if you're just flopping around on the wall like you're missing holds and you're tired, you're overtraining. Or if you're doing an exercise for climbing and you notice that your form feels off, you have probably reduced motor control, and that's another sign of overtraining. Remember, like in another video we talk about how sleep is when we work on our motor control. So if you're not getting sleep and recovery time, you're not going to refine these movements. So watch for motor control and coordination as a sign of overtraining. All right, number 5. So this one is like if you're like actually really monitoring your training, you're like a higher level athlete, it's increased baseline heart rate. So if you're like using a watch or anything else that you're monitoring your heart rate on a day-to-day basis, if you notice a trend where your baseline or your average heart rate is increasing, that is a sign that's been studied for overtraining. So you may need to back off a little bit and monitor for those changes to go back to your resting level. All right, number 6, frequent illness. So this one's really important to me personally because I don't like getting sick. I hope none of you like getting sick. I mean, I know it's fun getting to sit on your couch all day and watch Netflix and Disney+, but climbing is way more fun. So when we overtrain, we actually decrease our immune system. We actually go through immunosuppression because when we train, part of that process is that we have a lot of cortisol that's released into your body, which is an immunosuppressant. So a sign of overtraining is being consistently sick or feeling unwell. And then sometimes we're like, all right, we got sick, we're recovering, and boom, we go back in and train as hard as we can when we're not even 100% better. And then the next day we wake up and we feel sick again. You've overtrained, you're doing too much. You need to let your body rest and recover. So frequent illness is another sign of overtraining. So pay attention to that, especially if you are feeling unwell, give yourself some rest. I know it seems common sense, but rock climbers don't do a lot of common sense things, and even if we feel unwell, we keep training and keep climbing because it's fun. So those are the top 6 signs and symptoms of overtraining. So if any of those pertain to you, reassess your training program and see if you need to balance out your climbing with your rest period so you're not overtraining. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button or leave us a comment. Thanks for watching. So I'm going to say the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one of the most common, how was that though? Decent? Oh good, I kind of liked it. It's persistent fatigue, wow, that was blah, blah, blah. This is frequent. Let's my mouth is so dry. Set to rest and watch Netflix all day, and that's, I mean, it's fine, but then you don't get to climb.
Quiet down,
Not sponsored.